I'm expecting the news any time now. North Korea announced their intention to conduct the nuclear test. It is speculated that it will come Sunday, October 7th, which is the anniversary of the appointment of Kim Jong-il as head of the Korean Workers' Party in 1997. I am expected to hear that it happened. It is known that he has the capability. It is probable that he has utilized it, and it is imminent that he show off. But I can't help but chuckle when I hear the Bush administration talk about North Korea. They act so condescending, forgetting people like Kim's place in history. Is it his short stature, his geographical location, his tendency to say random things that sound paranoid and perhaps a little neurotic? Whatever it has caused the U.S. to look at Kim Jong-il as a kid who sits in the back of the class heckling the teacher, taunting the students, but never taken seriously, and no one ever really asking why. Funny. They made the same mistake with bin Laden before and after the war on terror, looking beyond his intentions and pursuing their own prerogative. The dismissive attitude of people like this in America sure is reassuring to Americans. Makes them feel they are superior. They hold the high ground. Bin Laden is a ruthless murderer. Kim Jong-il is a crazed dictator. Anyone ever stopped and thought about what these guys want? Really, other than the criminally insane, no one behaves like this, and it's rare that an insane person can win a popularity contest. These men achieved the positions they hold somehow. Was total power just a birthright to bin Laden? Maybe. His father was a very rich man, but read into it, and you'll realize that the guy had like 40 kids, and Osama still ended up being the blackest of the sheep. Still winning the popularity of jihadists all around the world, by the way, and being basically excommunicated from his family. Kim Jong-il, the same. His father was a god, according to the official North Korean version of the story anyway, and Kim somehow started from the bottom. Even George W. Bush, you knew I was going there, didn't you? A lunatic in his own right, was handed everything by his father. But it does take... Well, by the way, and his father before him. But it does take a certain amount of intellect to handle the pressure, hence the word dismissive I used earlier. Do not be dismissive of these men. If they were truly and completely incompetent, they would have had the crap beat out of them and their spirits broken years ago, never seeing their positions they hold now. Whether through their utilization of propaganda, the military, or truth, in no particular order, these men achieve something, whether you think they deserve it or not. The most important thing to remember is they will certainly fall prey to their decisions one day, whether this is a good or a bad thing. One has to be independent in thought to analyze whether the decisions these men make are right or wrong. So, what about North Korea? Well, in my opinion, to be totally honest, a problem like Kim Jong-il can easily be solved by giving them something they didn't ask for, but definitely need. In other words, his self-appointment as the cult of personality indeed causes him to forget what he is fighting for. Simply by lifting the extreme sanctions and embargoes on the North, what else could feed his ego? Why in any other scenario would he ask for direct talks with Washington? He's playing a game. I know his strategy. I'd like to tell him how to make it more effective. I'd like to tell Bush how to quiet such an enemy. But who wants the North to shut up? It is certainly good fodder for the newspapers. I'm just a nobody, just a man. If I weren't an observer, maybe I would fall onto one side or the other. Maybe I would become blind. That's hard to say. But, by the way, in the month of July, over 1,800 dead were taken in by the coroner in Baghdad, 90% of whom were clearly murdered, and the majority of that percentage were obviously tortured. Have a nice day.